gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Chop It Up. Alongside the shooter, Jimmy Acevedo, I am Eddie Castro. And boy, what a wild week of sports it was last week. Came into another good week of sports this week. We got some NBA and we got the NFL talk for you today. So Jimmy, let's start off with the NBA and the babyface assassin, Steph Curry, was announced as the 2014-2015 MVP. Seems like a pretty close race to me. Did the judges and the voters get it right?
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. They got the right man. I'm glad. I was a little nervous that they was going to go swing toe with Westbrook with the hot second half he had. But all in all, they gave it to the man who deserved it the most. The man who got the best record, got his team to the best record in the NBA, the number one seed, just finished sweeping the Pelicans in the first round, Stephen Curry. And I think it's a no-brainer, man. Just like the votes.
I don't know about a no-brainer now.
Just like the votes.
It's not a no-brainer. It is not a no-brainer. I tell you one thing. When the first half of the season, I had Stephen Curry in a limp to win the MVP award. He was practically walking away with the MVP award. But what I've seen from James Harden this year, you got to admire his play. And I felt that he was kind of snubbed for that MVP award. I felt he was snubbed. I'll tell you why.
It was pretty close. Don't get me wrong. It was pretty close. But to say snubbed?
Yeah, he was snubbed.
I don't think so.
James Harden should have won the MVP award. He was snubbed. And I'll give you the facts right here. 27.7 points per game. 5.6 rebounds per game. 7 assists per game. All career highs. You want
to bring up stats? We can go stats. Okay, field goal percentage, right? Harden 44%, Stephen Curry 48%, right? 3-point field goal percentage. Harden 37%, Curry 44%. 3-pointers made 208 for Harden, 286 for the assassin Curry.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
Harden's not known as the primary free
throw percentage, 86% Harden, 91% Curry. You know, want to go to assists? 565 for Harden, 619 for Curry.
Harden gets to the free throw line more than anybody in the NBA.
So exactly,
he gets to the free throw line 12 times
field goal percentage, 86 Harden, 91 for Curry. All the numbers that I'm saying, all the statistical reference that I'm doing right now is all favoring Stephen Curry.
Okay, but let's put it this way. If Curry would have had a bad night, he had his Robin there to take him. He had Klay Thompson. He had Draymond Green. James Harden had this fabulous season without probably one of the most dominant centers in the league.
I'm not done yet. 154 steals by James Harden to Curry's 163. You know? The only thing James Harden had over Stephen Curry statistically is points per game. So are you and rebounds. So are you telling me it's a robbery that he didn't win the award?
I'm saying that he was snubbed.
Snubbed?
Yeah, he was snubbed in the award.
That's asinine.
He had career highs in all statistics of the game. Dwight Howard was out a big portion of that season. If Curry had a bad night, there was always somebody to pick it up. That Houston's offense doesn't function without James Harden. Okay, the Warriors can function without Steph Curry.
Do you think they'll be number one seed without Stephen Curry?
Of course not.
They will function the way they function now without Stephen Curry?
Are they going to function? They will be a 60-win team.
Are they going to function?
They will be a 60-win team without Stephen Curry. Yes,
you're crazy. You're talking. You're disrespecting Stephen Curry. You're not giving him no credit whatsoever.
No, I just said the first half of the year he should have won the MVP.
You telling me they're going to be a 60-win team without Stephen Curry?
He had more options.
You're crazy.
He had more options.
You're crazy.
You take James Harden and Dwight Howard off that lineup. They're not a playoff team.
Okay.
You take Steph Curry off the Golden State Warriors with Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. They are a playoff teams. And
you just said you take out James Harden and Dwight Howard.
Houston is not a playoff team.
So you take out Stephen Curry
and Klay Thompson. They will make the playoffs.
No, they would not.
Yes, they would.
Without Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson?
No, I didn't say take Klay Thompson. I just said Curry. I just said Curry.
How you never take 2 players from Houston and just take one from Golden State? By proving my point, Stephen Curry deserves the award. We got a call. We got a call coming in. Let's see. Right. Let's see what his opinion is.
We got Travis on the line. Travis, you there?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Trav?
Oh man, how you doing? This is a serious debate right here that we have going on.
Thank you.
And I do have my own opinion.
Can you tell the world the truth? Can you tell the world how crazy this guy is?
Trav, tell him how it's done. Tell him what's going on. What's on your mind?
Well, to be honest with you, I have to agree with Senor Castro on this one. Like, I do feel that James Harden was slated for the award, and instead of it going to the best player, it became a popularity contest.
Well, what about the stats that I put up, man? You don't think that the stats you don't think the stats speak for themselves?
You don't think Steph Curry was a little bit of the baby media?
And in the stats speaking for themselves, I would argue that the stats bring James Harden.
Okay, Holly.
I would argue that there's no way without just looking at the team, the guy who's the best player on the best team argument is ridiculous to me because I don't even think Steph Curry's the best player on the Golden State Warriors.
Wow! So who you think is the best player on Golden State right now?
Based on the way they play and who is the most important person to their puzzle, Draymond Green is far and away the best player on Golden State right now.
Oh.
Wow.
I have to disagree with you on that, brother. I gotta disagree with you on that, brother.
Travis is throwing balls on top of
the person with the best set of skills is a difference. Far and away, Steph Curry is the person with the best set of skills. He's the best dribbler, best shooter. Those things are true. The person who does the most intangible things plus still puts up 20 points a game is Draymond Green. So and he's going to become a max player this summer.
Right.
Okay. I respect that. He's still got a lot of growing to do, but I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with your statement because you take Stephen Curry out Golden State turns from a 60-win team to probably a 40-win team.
No.
I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
You think they
even had just a serviceable point guard who could run that offense like a guy they don't even need a Stephen Curry. They could just get a guy like a Contagious. There's so many point guards in the league that could run that offense. Like, pick one.
Oh, you're not giving him too much credit, though, brother. You're not giving Stephen Curry too much credit, bro.
I'm not taking anything away from Stephen Curry. But I just think if you took Stephen Curry off that team and put another good point guard in there, one that wasn't a splash brother, they would still be a 55-win team.
Woo!
They still have other pieces of their puzzle that don't even get to play major minutes because of the way the Splash Brothers are being showcased right now. Harrison Barnes was killing in the playoffs, and he doesn't even really get burned that much right now because that's not the way their offense is being ran this season.
Good point.
But if they didn't have Steph Curry and they showcased Harrison Barnes and Andre Iguodala more, it would still be a 55-win team.
Wow.
Trav, tell the viewers why you think James Harden should have won the MVP, and do you agree with my statement that he was snubbed for the MVP award?
Right, I would play 32 games this season. How can you say the man who put the team on his back and made them the second place team in the Western Conference, not the East, the Western Conference? How can he not be getting this award? What? Because Steph Curry played a little more efficiently. Steph Curry had better players to pass because he didn't get as many turnovers as Harden did. Steph Curry had better players to pass to. Yes, as the season progressed, they added Josh Smith, they added Corey Brewer, they added a lot of great players. They had Trevor Ariza to replace Chandler Parsons from the beginning of the season. But those players are not playmakers. Chandler Parsons can get 4, 5, 6 assists. Josh Smith had an epiphany game where he decided him and Dwight Howard were going to play AAU ball on everybody else during the playoffs. That's not a game that he does every night. If he could do that every night, then that would replace the playmaker that they lost. But he hasn't done that on a consistent basis for them. So they lost playmakers. They lost Jeremy Lin. They lost Chandler Parsons. They lost dudes who both by themselves get 4+ assists a night. Like, that's very hard to replace when you're just one individual and you still have to score 25 a night. And now we're asking you to get 2.5 steals a game and be a both sides of the court player and still carry the offensive load and get 7 assists a night.
Yeah, you got a great point, man.
Trav, if the Warriors and the Rockets meet in the Western Conference Final, would that ultimately decide who was the real MVP, and if so, why?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
If the Warriors and the Rockets were to meet in the Western Conference Finals, would that ultimately decide who should have won the MVP race? Let's say for the viewers at home who actually thought Curry won the award or felt that Harden should have won the award, if there's a potential of them meeting, which there is, if they do happen to meet in the Western Conference Final, do you think that will be the ultimate deciding factor of who should have won the MVP award as they go head to head?
To be honest, no, because that was the MVP. To me, the MVP is a regular season award, and the playoffs have their own MVP award that they award as well as the finals do. So I don't think that should have been the predicator. I just think Harden, just like Harden said it himself, he did enough where the award should be his. Like, it's ridiculous that the award is not his. I think if Houston destroyed the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, then that would be nice, but I don't think it would vindicate or validate him any further than his numbers already did. I mean, the man had his career season. Like, if he doesn't do this again next year, you can still say he did it. But I personally think James Harden is just on the rise. The way his game is played is like really, really, really. It fits Daryl Morey's system so well.
I agree. I think James Harden is just reaching. You know, he's just scratching the surface with his talent, man. I think that's the scary because this kid's gonna get better. You know,
he's only 25 years old,
and also. It's also with Steph Curry. I think these two guys are scratching the surface. I think this is just the first of many battles of MVP awards between these two, man. And best to believe, before Harden's career is over, he's gonna pocket a couple of these awards.
I think so too.
You know what I'm saying? Easy.
Oh, no, yeah, definitely. I just think that this was his year, and I kind of think he got Rochambeau'd a little bit, for lack of a better way of saying. Like, geez, come on, man. What else did he need to do?
You're right, but don't like. Is it all right? The MVP of the league is for the best player in the league, correct?
Yes.
All right,
and
so best.
Harden was the best player in the league.
Well, most statistics that when you match those two up says Curry was a little better than him, not by much, but just a little bit. But listen, I understand 100% where you're coming from with the Dwight Howard wasn't there. He had to carry that team on his back. You're absolutely 110% correct on that. I get that. And if it was based on that only, well, damn, give it to Harden because he deserved it over anybody else in the league.
Isn't that how the award should be viewed? I mean, if Harden takes a night off and he doesn't score,
it's the player who brings the most value to his team. Curry does not bring more value to the Golden State Warriors than James Harden brings to these. Just the way their rosters are constructed, it's not possible. Like,
well, if you compare rosters, you're right.
I don't think Curry would have the Rockets in the second place in the Western Conference. I don't.
You said you don't have the Rockets in the second. You don't got the Rockets second place in the conference.
No, what I said was if Curry and Harden switched places, I don't think Curry by himself could have them in the second place in the Western Conference. Not the way he played.
All in all, man, those two are hell of a players, dynamic players, and trust me, this won't be the last.
Arguably, a year from now, we're gonna have Travis on the phone. We're gonna be probably talking about this same thing again on the episode. Top it up.
I do want to say one thing though.
Go ahead.
I kind of see Klay Thompson leaving.
I'm sorry?
I see Klay Thompson eventually leaving.
Leading the team?
Yes.
That's
I think
interesting.
he wants to be. I think he likes being a splash brother, but when you look at his face, he's like, "Yo, I can do this myself."
But he got to show up in the playoffs, brother. Because last year he was a ghost. Nobody saw him last year in the playoffs. He was missing.
You're absolutely right. I think this year he gonna turn up.
You know,
there was a very interesting article about Klay Thompson in Bleacher Report like a month ago, where they went over the 10 moves he added to his offensive repertoire, that helped him elevate his game and shit. And I think the fact that he's thinking about the game on such a technical level already bodes well for his improvement and him wanting to be the main guy.
Awesome, yeah. These kids are only gonna get better, man. And only time will tell. Probably in about 10 or 15 years, we're gonna see who's gonna be out of this core of young guys from Westbrook, Thompson, Harden, Curry. You know, Anthony Davis, who I think is gonna be the best player in the NBA in another 2 years. You know,
easily. This is Anthony Davis' league to lose. Like it's what it is if he wants.
Oh yeah, I think in a couple of in the next about 8 years, the way LeBron was taking that MVP award easily for the last 6 years, he won the award last 4 out of 6 years, right?
4 out of 6, I think.
I think Anthony Davis gonna be pocketing those awards just like that because this guy he could do it all.
Young guy, 22 years old. All right, Jarvis, we appreciate your call. Chop it up.
Thank you guys so much for letting me chime in. I appreciate it, man. You guys have a great show.
All right, thank you.
Be good, brother. Thank you.
All right, talk to you soon, Trav.
Awesome, yeah. That was some pretty good insight from Travis, man.
Pretty good insight.
We gotta have that one. We gotta have him on the show a lot more.
Either way, 2 of the best players in the league right now. You couldn't go wrong either way. If Curry didn't win, Harden deserved to win it. 1-2 race. But I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're LeBron James, you will always be there. I kind of felt, with Russell Westbrook's heroics, he should have been that number 3 plateau. But, it's voters and it's LeBron James. Can't believe LeBron James.
Numbers never lie.
Ultimately,
that's all I'm saying. Statistically, Curry has an edge on, on Harden.
The MVP award
I understand. I dig it, but you cannot ignore that. Just like you can't ignore Harden's.
You got to remember the defiance of the MVP award. It's the person who brings the most value to his team. And
I think you guys are not giving Curry too much credit, man. I mean,
listen,
I mean that boy is nasty, man.
I love Steph Curry. I love Steph Curry.
I was a little surprised when I heard Travis say there would be a 55 win team without Curry on that squad. I respectfully disagree. But
you got a lot of role players.
You got a lot of role players.
And it's not the same role players that Houston got. But all in all, congratulations to the babyface assassin, Steph Curry, the 2014-2015 MVP.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to go to NFL and give you a post on the NFL draft. Jimmy's going to talk about his beloved Giants, and I'm going to talk about my gang green. Jimmy?
So let's talk about
grade your team.
Grade my team's draft? I mean, could have been better if the Redskins wouldn't have stole Sheriff with their number 5.
They stole the Sheriff from him.
I was so upset when they did that. But overall, I give this draft I want to say like a B minus. A B. No, a B. I give him a B. A B. A B. A B.
I'd give the Giants B plus.
B plus. Well, I give him a B.
I thought it was a solid.
I give him a B. It's solid. No. Nobody to make you say, "Oh, wow," like nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But we do got a couple of one particular pick that I'm going to talk about that will impact this secondary for the next hopefully 10 years. But let's talk about the first round draft pick for the Giants. Let's talk about Eric Flowers. That's the tackle from Miami, and. He's regarded to be very agile, very athletic, and
good on his feet.
Great on his feet. Got light feet.
Big body, 6'6", 324.
It's a big boy. So, and a lot of scouts had him 20 to 25 on their big board. But you take when you're a team, you go for the position player that you need at that position in that particular time.
Absolutely.
And that was the best player at that position at that particular time. You could not ignore that. So I clap for the Giants for getting him. He's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. We'll see. But I had my eye on Sheriff, man. But the Redskins took him.
Well, listen.
But you know what? I'll take Flowers. Flowers was all pro.
Yes, he was.
In college. So. But let's talk about the second round pick. The one that's gonna end up my opinion, the best player in this draft class for the Giants. Out of the 7 players the Giants drafted, this will be the number 1 out of all those 7 players. And that guy is Landon Collins.
Alabama boy,
safety. A lot of people were surprised that he dropped. So he dropped to the second round. You had coaches and owners that had him from anywhere from 10 to 20 on their big board. So this is a steal in the second round. That's why I guess the Giants traded those 2 picks to the Tennessee Titans to land that first pick in the draft, in the second round of the draft.
It wasn't because of the combine or footwork or lack of tackling. There was also off-the-field issues.
Not much, but
ultimately,
anything. Please,
issues.
Listen. If you go and you sneeze and you got some phlegm in your throat and you spit on the street, and the scouts see you, you're gonna drop 5 spots. It's so they look at they take 2. They just want you to be Mr. Perfect, man. Like, no, these are kids, man. 18, 19, 20. Like, they're not going to be perfect. They're still learning. They're still growing.
Absolutely.
Anything you do, come on. I mean, I understand certain things that players do off the field. Domestic abuse. Either stealing crab legs like this guy.
James
Winston. Like stuff like that, I understand. But, like, just because they didn't, I was watching a documentary about some of the questions that they ask you at the combine.
Right.
And there was a particular question where owner or coach asked a particular player. They ain't named the player. They just asked the player, "Are you willing to separate yourself from your childhood friends?" Obviously, they were from the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is understandable. You don't want to bring, like, you're working, you're getting paid millions of dollars by a organization to represent the organization, which I get. But, for them to expect to leave your real friends that was with you every step of the way, I mean, that's a little too extreme. Unless those friends have bad habits, that's understandable. But, which a lot of times they do got bad habits, but at the end of the day, if it's a friend gonna be a true friend, they're gonna watch your back.
Absolutely.
And they're not gonna have you, a real friend, they're gonna have you mess up your opportunity.
Absolutely.
By that friend doing bad choices in front of you.
Again,
I just think these owners and these coaches look too much into their personal life, man.
I agree.
I just don't get it. But that's off the topic. I apologize. But like I said, Landon Collins will be the steal of the draft for the Giants, I believe, and it's gonna be a future multiple Pro Bowler for years to come.
All right.
My opinion. And then they got a hybrid defensive end. And his name, if I mispronounce his name wrong, I'm sorry, but our Magby, Doomzua.
I'll do all right
something like that. Third round pick. He reminds me of a little bit of OC.
Really?
He reminds me a little bit of OC.
I praise.
I was looking at the tape. He reminded me certain moves, got the swim move. It reminds me a little bit of OC. But not because of the name. But just like it's he got the swim, the fantastic, that OC had. Untouchable.
Yeah.
But other than that, they have other picks. They had the defensive back Thompson. They drafted the wide receiver Davis, who's red zone target. But ultimately, those last 3 choices, I think they're gonna be practice squad, special team players. But really look out for the first 3 picks that they got, because I think they're gonna impact the Giants in a positive way. But like I said, my my number one star in that draft for the Giants is Landon Collins. The Jets? Let's talk about the gangrene. Let's talk about gangrene now. What grade do you give gangrene in this draft?
I'm gonna give the Jets an A-. I think they did exactly what they needed to do going into this draft. I think that's a solid grade to get them. I was kind of a little bit surprised.
They got the steal of the draft.
I think they got the steal of the draft. I think they ultimately are going to pick up the best defensive end in this draft in Leonard Williams. Big guy, big body. He's 6'4". I think he's about 317. And you put him with Damon Harrison, Muhammad Wilkerson, and then you got Kendrick Ellis, who is not a bad player. You put him there.
He's still what
you got. You got a ferocious defense. Ferocious.
Can't forget Quentin Coples.
Oh yeah, Quentin Coples. That's right too. You add him to the mix, and the Jets got a very scary defense.
I do not want to be the quarterback on the opposite side.
Williams and Muhammad Wilkerson alone is going to create havoc coming off the edges, and I hope they wear and tear Tom Brady those 2 games that we see him. Had to throw that in there. So Leonard Williams. I mean, it would have been nice to get Kevin White, but you just cannot go wrong with Leonard Williams. I mean, at the end of the day, management went with the best player that was on the board on that draft.
Yes.
And they did the right thing.
And you're good with wide receivers. You don't need more.
Leonard Williams.
Defense win championships, as my Giants proved against his rival New England Patriots. Ferocious front seven.
Anyway, the Patriots, I smile. So
this year they got the title of the ferocious front seven because these guys are looking nasty in the front seven.
Yes,
disgustingly nasty.
Speaking of nasty,
we
on the second pick we got Ohio State's Devin Smith. Now, for some reason, I don't know why.
He gives him high praise.
I do not know why he went where he went in the draft, but I was glad that he landed in our laps. I think this guy is fast. I think he is going to be electric for the Jets. He's going to be our home run hitter. If I had to compare him, I'm going to go to Deshaun Jackson. This guy is so fast. He made people that look fast not so fast. This guy's hotter than a fox in a forest fire. I think Devin Smith is going to be exceptional for the Jets, and he's going to give us that home run hitter, that deep threat that we hadn't had since the days of Lavernius Close and Santana Moss. So you got Devin Smith, you got Brandon Marshall, you got Eric Decker, you got Jeremy Curley.
That's a nice.
There's no now for Geno Smith.
Don't forget about J.C. Amaro.
Yeah, J.C. Amaro.
It'll be Chamberlain.
Jeff Cumberland.
I'm sorry.
I think you're thinking Wilt Chamberlain.
I'm thinking about Java Chamberlain. Cumberland, I'm sorry. Cumberland, whatever. I'm sorry. But
I was very satisfied.
You guys got a receiving core there.
And we also got Zach Stacy in a trade. So we also
looking good
about running back corps. So we got Stacy, we got Bilal Powell, we still got Chris Ivory. So we're looking good for the running back corps. So.
On paper, I got you guys dethroning the New England Patriots.
Well,
early call.
That's on paper. That's
early
on paper.
Call.
Anything can happen on paper.
You know why I'm so comfortable in saying that now? These players have played with each other already. Revis played with a lot of the players on this team, on this defense.
Right.
Cromartie played with a lot of these guys on this defense. Right. And I think it's gonna be really big. Really, really big, because you got these 2 veterans coming in, and the pressure is not going to be on D. Milliner. So D could just sit there and just watch these 2 pros, these 2 fantastic corners go at it, and you can use D. Milliner as a nickel, and let him learn. Let him learn from the great Darrelle Revis. Let him learn from the fantastic, Antonio Cromartie. I mean, You guys are looking dangerous, brother.
Well, anything looks good on paper.
Hopefully, barring no injuries.
Barring no injuries. That's going to be the big thing.
You guys are
That's
looking
been
good.
the big thing.
The only thing I question is the quarterback. Geno needs to step up because if Geno don't, it starts from there. If Geno don't clean up his act, then you guys are just gonna be 10-6, maybe 9-7.
And
if Geno keeps turning that ball over,
yeah, and the AFC East 10-6 may not be good enough.
Exactly.
So
that's. Oh, what you forgot about your quarterback? How you
Bryce Petty. I was getting there. Bryce Petty, quarterback from Baylor, 6'3", 215.
What you think about
Strong upside. I think he's going to be something to watch in the coming years. I think if Geno Smith, anything with to happen to Geno Smith where he's ineffective, I think they will look towards Fitzpatrick, maybe even Matt Sims. I like Matt Sims' upside, but you get a quarterback of the caliber of Bryce Petty who absolutely killed it in Baylor. Throw him in there, give him a shot. He's going to be something to watch. He has an exceptional arm. So, bearing any setbacks or any discrepancies or any problems with Geno Smith and any reason why he can't get it done, we might be seeing Bryce Petty sooner than later. But hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully he can sit down for a year and a half, or whatever the case may be, and just learn from Geno Smith. Mm-hmm. It's kind of difficult seeing learn and Geno Smith in the same sentence when Geno Smith is having some of the problems himself. But, Geno Smith, from what we hear, has been training hard. Hired a quarterbacks coach that worked with Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. So whenever you put those two quarterbacks, may not be the same result, but practice makes perfect. So
all I'm saying, this is he
has no excuse.
It's the 9th inning for Geno Smith.
There you go.
Bases are loaded with 2 outs. You either hit it, get some runs in, or you strike out. And
we already know when the past management has been very impatient when it comes to a quarterback a la Mark Sanchez.
Well, they was a little more patient than usual with that bum.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. That'll be all, man. Thank you very much, man, and thanks for listening. And we got a little special message that we want y'all to support if y'all can, no matter what. My man Eddie will explain some more. Go ahead.
Over the course of outside of sports and stuff, everybody deals with, tragedy and stuff like that. It's difficult to talk about, difficult to, elaborate on, but we just want to tell the
GoFundMe page.
Go to the.
We're gonna have a link on the bottom of the video. It's a GoFundMe page for Eddie's significant other lost her niece, and family's trying to fight for some funds to send her off properly, give a nice funeral. So we're gonna have the link on the bottom of the video. It's gonna go out. So hopefully, whatever it is, 5, 10, whatever you got, it'll be greatly appreciated, and it's definitely going to a great cause to try to send this young lady off properly.
Mm-hmm. So, bottom link of this page, please support it. It's an unfortunate tragedy, and support we get from it will be greatly appreciated. So,
on that note, send us off, brother.
All right, well, that'll be a wrap. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom and my mom, Alita's.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy's mom.
That's right, Mommy. Happy Mother's Day.
Which is my second mom. My love.
Happy Mother's Day. I love both of them as well. His mom, too. We tight like that. His mom, my second mom, too. She looks out. My daughter calls her grandma. That's how tight it is. Happy Mother's Day to those two beautiful ladies. We love you. We appreciate everything you do. And without you guys, we wouldn't be us.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day.
Love you.
God bless you guys. On that note, man, catch us next week with another episode of Chop It Up.
Like the page, subscribe to the page. If you haven't done it at the 12th episode, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Kill off that, Nah, I'm just joking with you guys. Thank you, man. We love you. We appreciate all the support, man. Keep emailing in your questions. we're gonna try to do a show for that by itself. You know, we're gonna look out for you guys. We appreciate everything y'all do. And anywho's, thank you. Subscribe, like the page, share the page, do what you gotta do to get.
Watch it on your lunch break on Friday. What else
show
on
to
the
do?
road? Let's go.
Anyway, go ahead.
There you
Shut it
go.
out, man.
Stay fly, nigga.
Yes, sir.